Welcome back. Hoosiers paying the price for all those potholes on Indy's roads last year. About 1,000 people told the city it was responsible for damage to their cars and should have it paid for. But 99% of the time, the city said it should not have to pay. An IT-Mate investigation shows the city repeatedly leaving Hoosiers on the hook for their bills. IT-Mate's Eric Feldman looked into the problem for months. Here's the report.
If you think the city is responsible for the damage done to your car, you can fill out what's called a tort claim. It gives you the chance to prove to the city that it should pay for the repairs for your car because they did not fix that pothole. We poured through thousands of documents, potholes reported in claims, and the data shows the city may not be giving you a fair fight.
It's hard to forget this, and this. But in case you did,
problem that every driver is facing in Indianapolis right now.
We just passed a long string of potholes.
It's horrible, and you really don't know which way to go.
The mayor even declared a state of emergency for the streets. From December 1st to June 1st, drivers reported more than 36,000 potholes to the city. Many of those potholes caused bent rims and blown tires, keeping Indy auto shops busy.
I'm the wheel reseller's best friend now.
The damage is breaking bank accounts.
Just under $300 may seem small to some people, but for a single mom with kids in college, that's the cost of a textbook.
That's April Westcott. She vividly remembers the night of February 28th.
It sounded like my car broke in half.
She says a pothole destroyed her rim and tire near 38th and Dandy Trail.
It was a devastating, large pothole.
So should the city be responsible for paying her bill?
It specifically says chuck hole damage.
Westcott thought so.
These claims are intended for people like me. They're intended for people who can't afford to make repairs on things that they normally would.
So she submitted her application. You can send in receipts, pictures, and this form letter to help you make your case in your tort claim. Westcott did all of that and added proof the pothole she hit was reported to the city nearly 2 weeks earlier. The city's response?
Consolidated City of Indianapolis and Marion County did not have reasonable knowledge and a reasonable opportunity to repair the alleged defect. Your claim is therefore denied. This seems like a form letter.
April is not alone.
She get denied?
We met Michael Mershow.
Honestly, any amount of money that I'm out for no fault of my own is not fair and unjustifiable.
Someone reported that pothole to the city about a month earlier. He says it left $1,100 damage to his car.
All it takes is like a 45-cent stamp and a 10-cent piece of paper that says you're denied, and they save $1,200 to do with it whatever the hell they want.
Out of nearly 1,000 tort claims submitted to the city of Indianapolis, they settled just 10.
10%?
10 total.
10 total out of 1,000?
Closer to 1%. IT-Mate wanted to know why the number was so low.
So first we wanted to figure out the city's rules to settling claims. Potholes that cause damage had to have been reported to the city before. Then crews have a week and a half to fix it.
But if the weather prevents the public works team from doing their job, they get an extra day. So then we looked at every single pothole damage claim for the first 5 months of 2018. We matched the claims to the potholes reported and even looked back at the forecast to see what days the weather stopped crews from working.
3, 24, 25, 26 days they worked.
We found about 20 claims that seemed to meet every criteria. So we took these cases to Indianapolis attorney Richard Haley.
Is what you've looked at, do you deem that acceptable?
No.
He has 40 years experience, including fights with the city.
What you see in the sampling so far is disturbing. These claims were not, most of them were not dealt with very seriously.
He says what may be more confusing, trying to understand why the city pays out certain claims.
There's no matrix, there's no criterion that you can identify.
We went line by line through the 10 claims the city settled.
I want to know what 10 people did. What did those 10 people do?
One woman received $140. The claim shows she hits a pothole on East 75th Street, east of Shadeland Avenue. Mershow and Westcott gave specific locations where they hit potholes, and they were denied, while this woman gave the city a 1.5 mile stretch where it could have happened. Another man got $150 from the city for a pothole IT-Mate couldn't even find reported previously, which you may recall the city states on its website is a requirement.
When you look at the facts, I don't think it's a fair system to the citizens of Marion County, no.
State Senator Jim Merritt serves as the Marion County Republican chairman. He says ITMate's reporting shows the city is not paying attention to the details of these claims. We took our reporting to the Office of Corporation Counsel. They're the lawyers for the city of Indianapolis who decide if you get paid for your pothole damage. Despite multiple attempts, they did not want to answer our questions, saying they can't talk about their defense of city agencies. Mayor Joe Hogsett appoints the head of the city legal department. But when we reached out to his spokeswoman, she sent us back to the legal team. Merritt, who frequently called out Hogsett for the road conditions, says it's up to the mayor to take a hard look at the entire tort claim process.
It always goes to the top. The mayor is in charge. He's the CEO of the city, he's the CEO of the county.
For most people, it doesn't make sense to pay a lawyer to fight for these repairs. As for April Westcott and Michael Mershow, they're out a lot of money, and they don't know where to turn.
And honestly, if they have a legitimate reason for why it was denied, then fine. I didn't follow the rules, or the pothole wasn't there for long enough. Just tell me why.
That remains an open invitation to the Office of Corporation Counsel or the mayor's office to answer and address these rather glaring questions. That includes an email we sent out within the last 24 hours. We do have this story on wishtv.com, and that includes some of the documents and spreadsheets that we obtained in our months of reporting. I'm Eric Feldman for ITMate.
All right, Eric, thank you very much. Eye-opening stuff, Randall.
Good report.
Very good.